the basic origins of implementation science are really kind of a push approach where we, those of us in implementation science, those of us in the research enterprise, the scientists, the academic, mostly academia, know and see the evidence-based practices that, quote, need to be implemented, everywhere or in these places. And so we come to health systems, we come to clinics, and we say, there's this evidence-based practice. Do you want to engage with us in a clinical trial or in an implementation trial? And there are a few factors that really prevent, I think, long-term sustainment and broad use. And one is that even though the practice may be evidence-based, it's evidence-based with respect to whatever the context of the trial itself was. And usually we're trying to squeeze out as many of those nasty contextual factors that get in the way as we can during a trial, or factor them out or control them in some way. And so obviously the evidence may not match the realities of the places, the settings where we're trying to implement them. Secondly, kind of a corollary to that is that health systems, even though they are in place to serve patients and to provide high quality care, the truth is that it's return on investment, it's revenue streams. We're up against kind of the financial realities that get in the way. And these are things that we as implementation researchers don't really have control over. We haven't worked a lot in the policy arena, in the lobbying arena to create the conditions that would help us be successful. So what we do is we're working down at the local level, at the microsystem level. In our best scenarios, we find champions. We find people who are really like a nurse or a physician who really want this intervention. They can see how it can help their patients. But then they're swimming upstream because they're working within a system that, again, if those kind of larger financial conditions or other conditions are not met that are typically, again, outside of our boundaries that we can impact, it's a very difficult implementation just to meet short-term goals. And then doing it as kind of as a team, more than just what I call the hero model, that even if you meet your short-term goals, meeting your long-term goals, and keeping it sustained so that it's the way we do things around here, is very challenging. It takes, kind of the whole organization to engage. Now, that sounds like a really depressing way to start. And so I think that it's helpful to kind of call the thing. And Allison, you may have other, kind of what I call kiss of death conditions that occur over and over again. But we need to call the thing and call it out so that other people can work on this. There's a lot, I think, that can be done, but we're maybe putting a lot of energy into the wrong places, I guess.